Hi guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do a review. I'm refilming this again. I'm not reviewing it, I'm just refilming it again. If you want to get my thoughts from the first one, but I'm refilming it again so you get to see it. And I'm filming with the studio light. I can't really open the way you can get a little bit of natural light, but you can see it's a bit cloudy, so that's why the shutters are a little bit up. So we're gonna film this again. I hope this is clear enough for you to see. And I'm only doing this because two people asked politely. That's it. Otherwise, I would not do it. So I'm gonna film this again. And just to mention, I have ordered the Swan palette. It's gonna come. When it comes, I'm gonna swatch it next to this and try it on and see what I think of it. Because I think I like the blushes here, so I just want to see, just for um, comparison reasons. And then I got it 20% off on Space NK as a first timer, so I thought, okay, why not? Right. So let's get on to this. So I've done my base and my eyes as well. I went with Natasha Denona for my eyes, and I went in with this and the Illusion Glow. Those are the foundations I used today. And for what do you call it, for concealers, obviously Hourglass, Dune and Maple are the ones I have. Okay, so we already know how this bronzer is here. The bronzer here doesn't really show up. However, I like it for other reasons. I like the blush and the rest. So because of that, I am going to use the bronzer, but I'm going to top it up with Dior because the bronzer here doesn't show up. Now, I'm going to give you a swatch one more time so you get to see it. As I said, if you want an in-depth review, go look at the previous post and yeah, make your thoughts from there. But let's just swatch again. So this is the powder. I don't have the names totally, but I'm sure you can find it online. I don't, or maybe before I finish, I'll just check the names again. Which ones are. But this is new. I think the only thing that is not new. Am I correct? Is it? No, the powder is not new, but the rest is new. So let's do this one. That's the shade of my hands, and yeah, that's it there. So powder, that blush, that very light blush. And then we'll go into the highlighter. That's the highlighter of my hands. And then we're gonna go into this one. Just wiping my hands. I'm using the same hands. That's what it looks like on my skin. So we'll apply it there. I don't want to swatch it twice so that, otherwise I'd have to do everything twice. So let's just swatch it once. And this is the mauve shade. Okay, I probably double it at some point. And that's the bronzer that I said is light this year. It's nothing to write about. So that's it there. Now let me double swatch just so that we get to see, what they are. A double swatch so you get to see it properly. Okay, the highlighter just there, swatch, and then let's go into the shade. I'm just double swatching, yeah. And then finally the bronzer. So hopefully you can see better. Powder, blush, highlighter, blush, and bronzer. So one thing with Hourglass as well, they don't really swatch properly, so I wouldn't really take the swatches seriously. So let's go into this. Oh, sorry. Okay, I had to wipe that off because I was trying to get the bronzer. So let's get the bronzer on one more time. And as I told you last time, it doesn't really show. So just have a look now. It's not deep enough, so just applying it. And then, as I said, we top that up with the Dior. But for now, let's just put it on. So that's the bronzer. You can see it's not really bronzing. Now, as I said, I'm going to go in with this, but let me just give you a minute. Okay, so that's the bronzer. As you can see, it's not deep enough, so I'm gonna go in with this one. This is the Dior 40, but let me just swatch it next to it so you get to see why I'm saying it's not deep enough. So you can see this is 40 Dior compared to the Hourglass. Yeah, Dior, Hourglass. You can see that the Dior is deeper. So let's apply that on now. Straight away, you can see the Dior 40 in the shade 40 has bronzed me much better. Okay, so you can see what it's looking like now that we've gone with the Dior. I just used the brush again and just smoothened it. I dipped a little bit in here to the Hourglass one, and I just thought I'll just, you know, smoothen it out. So that's it there. So now let's go into the blushes. I'm going to use 3 different brushes today. Right, so let's start with this shade. Using this brush, this is Sonia G. I'm going to just try to get as much as I can. That's the shade. I always tell you that this shade is like a highlighter on our skin tone. Just building it up a little bit. So that's that shade. And we're going to go into this one. And for this, I'm going to reach for this brush. That's the shade there. I'll give you a swatch of them as well. Again, oh no, I actually did a swatch already, so you don't need me to just do another swatch. So that's this one on top of it. So these 2 have been applied. Yeah, so now I'm going to reach for another brush just because of you, to apply the other shade. Give me a minute. Okay, let's reach for this brush. So we're going into this one. I don't like to use a synthetic brush in this Hourglass palette, but I don't have a choice. Let's use that one. That's the other shade now being applied. I'd have to stretch this video to part 2 for those of you on TikTok. Just take it a little bit more and then put on the nose. Okay, so that's them with all the blushes. Now let's go into highlighter. Highlighter. Try and see. I think I can fit everything in. Hopefully, let's see. If not, okay, I think, you know what, let's just do a part 2 for TikTok, because okay, so my face is sprayed down. I'll let it sit a bit and then we'll apply the powder, and I'll probably touch up again on just this blush. This one here, I'll take it up here so you get to see it more. All right, give me a minute. Okay, so face has been sprayed. You can see everything is melting in. We're gonna go back again, and I want us to go into, where's the blush? Yeah, this brush. Let's go into this one, this shade, the mauve. I want to keep it up there. Yeah, just making sure it has a stronger impact. Right, and let's use the powder. I'm gonna use one of these brushes for the powder because I just like to marry my blushes and the powder, especially when I'm doing it here. Okay, so we're just going into the powder now. The powder is not new. I'll give you the names shortly. I always use the powders on the palette as a finishing powder, not as a setting powder, so to speak, is a finishing one, because for the finishing I use a loose, and then loose powder, then this. Okay, so I'm going to do my lip, and I'll give you the names of the palette, and then we can call it a wrap, or maybe my other thoughts again. Okay, so this is me standing by the window. Okay, studio light. Okay, so as I said, my thoughts have not changed. The Lotus the previous year was deeper, as you watched my previous video. The bronzer here is not as deep as last year. That the bronzer there was deep enough for us to wear, you know, didn't have to do anything. But today you see I had to play with this and the Dior. But as I said, in my opinion, I love the shades, the three of them together, or the two together. I think there's a video I did a shorts and I wore this one and this one together. But if you wear there's three of them, and today you notice what I've done. I've kept this one at the temple, you know, just up there, so you get to see. But three of them together, they wear beautifully, and I can just do the, you know, let me just do the swatch of three of them for you, just here. Okay, no, it does. I don't think it captured the blue one. Okay, so that's the swatch of three of them together. So you see, they're really nice if you pair them, because this light one will work as a diffuser, while this two would give you this, what I have on today. And if you like, as just as me, you can place this one at the top. Now I hear the Swan leans a little bit more pink, so I'm curious to see that one, to see what is like. I really want to compare it to this one here, to see the one there, to see if it's very close leaning to this. I want to see, and that's why I've picked it up. So when that comes, would have a video. I probably do Swan on his own, and then I would then do another video where I'm comparing both of them together. So that's about it, and I hope this helps you. For the lady who commented, who was saying, oh, lighting today, as I said, is ring light and natural light. I've given you both views, by the ring light, by the natural light, and I hope that suffices. So until next time, take care. I'll let you know when once the Swan is here. And I also want to do more perfumes now, so I have ordered the Tom Ford Black Orchid Reserve. So once it comes, I'm gonna do a video of that for you to see. And you know, if you're interested in such stuff, I used to do perfume for myself and never really reviewed perfumes, but I just thought, you know what, I want to get into it and see what I think about it. I think for me, for makeup this year, I'm an oversprayer, by the way, so just so you know. For makeup this year, I think I can call it quits, except maybe the Chanel one, the Chanel face palette that I hear is supposed to come out. That's the only one that, and the only purchase I would make. I am not buying the Natasha Denona. That's a pass for me, because I have this, and that's what I wore today, as I already mentioned. So I see it's too close, so I don't need it. And foundations, I think I have enough. Victoria Beckham, I would pick it at some point when I have exhausted most of my foundations. And I'm thinking to do like a makeup inventory video. I'll do that with you, but it would be me having to show you, maybe like bring a tray of my foundation, show you, and I'll just be writing on my notes down what are the things I think I need to concentrate on. This year I stayed well away from so many eyeshadow palettes, so I think I've tried, but I'll give you more in-depth into that when I film a video for that. But for now, yeah, it's a wrap for me. And I like the Hourglass palette. I actually like it this year. The reason why I like it so much this year, apart from the bronzer, is because this shade here, this one here doesn't have so much, if you want to say shimmer or whatever. Last year was nice. I don't know, is it last year or snake? I think the snake or tiger, whatever. It had some too much shimmer, so I didn't really enjoy it. But I really am enjoying the blushes this year, and the highlighter is a bang. It's really good, I have to say. It's really, really good. Actually, you know what? Okay, no, I was gonna use the powder, but it's fine. It's just my natural oils peeping through, which I can just use this brush to take down. Right, so that's it. So I will let you know. These are the swatches. I'll let you know once the swan is here. Swan or swan, whatever, when it comes, I'll let you know, and then we'll call it a day. All right, take care.